All right, hello and welcome. It's Stephen Howell here, and we're going to get right to it. So before I get started, I just want to point something to your attention. There's going to be a button below this video that you're watching. As you've seen over the last couple of days, or if this maybe is the first training of mine that you're checking out, hello and welcome. I'm so glad to have you here. There's a chance that you're wanting to build your real estate business. And even through this training that I'm going to give you, there's likelihood that you're still going to have some very unique questions that are unique to your situation. So if you would like some extra help, some extra support, some extra strategy, I want you to click the link below this video and apply for a free one-on-one strategy session with myself, not someone from my team or anyone else, but strictly with me. And it's not going to be for everyone. I have a video that kind of explains who it's for, who it's not for, but I want to give you the opportunity to do that because I totally realize that we all need that helping hand, right? We all need that extra support. So I just want to point that out to you, but rest assured, the information that I've already delivered to you about my number one lead source in my business and how I built a high six-figure real estate investing business on a shoestring budget and that number one lead source. I've had many people go out and already do their very first deal from that free training and free boot camp. So if you have not received that, definitely go back to your inbox to take a look for that, or it will be delivered out to you in the next day or two. Today, though, I want to share another very special, highly sought after training. This is going to be quite controversial because it's going to fly right in the face of what a lot of gurus and people are teaching out in the marketplace. But I really want to help you to avoid some very painful mistakes that I've learned over the years. And I think you'll see the wisdom in that. I think you'll see, it's my hope and intention to help you avoid these mistakes and save yourself a lot of time and money and effort. So let's go ahead and dive in. This is going to be, again, the 10 deadly mistakes that the gurus won't tell you about that will virtually kill your real estate investing business. So let's get rocking and rolling. What I'm about to share with you, if ignored, will end up costing you thousands of dollars and years of wasted time. However, if you take what I'm about to share with you to heart and avoid these very common pitfalls and mistakes, you will have a much better chance of success, and you're going to save yourself a ton of time, money, and stress. Now, I will advise you to learn from my mistakes, my tears, and my pain. Now, you might be asking yourself, why in the world, Stephen, should I listen to you? Well, I'll just give you the short and sweet of it. I've had the unique opportunity over the last couple of years to work very closely, side by side, with real estate investors just like yourself all over the country. I've had hundreds, if not thousands, of conversations with my subscribers, with my students, with my customers, teaching them and helping them learn the art of real estate investing and wholesaling houses. And that's put me in the position to hear about just about every question in the book. And what I've started to notice over the last couple of years is there's patterns, and some of the things that I was struggling with years ago when I was learning this business, other people are struggling with those things as well. So the things that I'm going to talk to you about today, I'm very confident will ring true to you, and you'll recognize these things as some common areas and some really mistakes that a lot of people make, and I want to help you, my friend, to avoid these mistakes. So if you truly want to succeed in this business, or any business for that matter, you can do this one of two ways. You can do this the easy way or the hard way. Now, I know that sounds a little cheesy, but hear me out here. Now, what I'm about to share with you is the easy way, okay? If there is an easy way. Now, the price of this easy way is actually pretty straightforward, thankfully. Now, the price is simply to put your ego aside. You know that voice in the back of your head that was in the back of my head that says, well, maybe this doesn't apply to me. Maybe this is for those other people, right? And it's the willingness to apply principles of those who have gone before you with sincerity and steadfastness no matter what. You have a goal, you know why you're wanting to do this real estate thing, you know what you're trying to accomplish, so it's a matter of finally, once and for all, seeing that through. Now, I want you to grab a pen and paper as I'm about to share with you the 10 deadly mistakes that the gurus won't tell you about that'll virtually kill your real estate investing business. So, mistake number 1 is simply believing that generating motivated seller leads is too hard, that it's difficult, that it's some high and lofty thing that only the elite who are in the know can accomplish, okay? You don't have to do a dozen things, okay? You don't have to do a dozen things in your real estate investing business to generate very high quality leads. And in fact, this very topic was what my free training and 10-day boot camp is all about. I was lucky to have a mentor who shared with me that, Steve, you don't need to be a jack of all trades and a master of nothing. It is so much better to be a master of one thing. Instead of chasing, 2 rabbits and catching none, it's chasing after just a couple of things and getting laser-like focus that's going to lead you to getting results in your business. My friend, I want to let you know that the truth is this is an amazing time to get started in real estate investing. And there are a lot of very good ways to go after motivated sellers. There are more deals now on the market than ever before. And all it takes, my friend, is mastering 1 or 2 lead generation sources. And my friend, it is not difficult, okay? So for more information on if this is something that you're really struggling with, I want you to go back or patiently wait for the next day or so until you go through my free 90-minute training where I open up my number 1 lead source. And the cool thing is, you will quickly see that it's the opposite of what everyone else is doing. Because if we simply are doing what everyone else is doing, we're going to get mediocre results. So my friend, it is going to take just a little bit of a leap of faith here, but I want you to stick with me as I go through these 10 mistakes. Because again, a lot of these are belief shifts that we have to have, or else we're going to constantly be spinning our wheels and making mistakes and falling into those same negative patterns that keep you stuck, that keep you in that job, that keep you from getting results in your real estate investing business. So my friend, I want you right now to just take my word for it that that generating motivated seller leads in your business is easy, because it is. There are a lot of ways to go out there and generate leads. There are a ton of motivated sellers in your area, in your market, and any market throughout the United States that are going through some very painful circumstances where they need to sell their house. And it's simply our job as real estate investors to provide them a helpful solution. All right, so mistake number 2 that I see people making is believing that you need a huge, massive marketing budget to be successful in real estate. That, my friend, is simply false. You do not need a huge marketing budget to be successful in this business. Now, there are a lot of seminars and there is a lot of training out there that teaches methods of going out and sending thousands and thousands of postcards. And it kind of gives people the conception that, man, in order to do this business, in order to compete with the big dogs in my market, I'm going to have to spend thousands for me to be successful. And my friend, I want you to know that that is not true. I was fortunate enough to go through a lot of trial and error and failure and finally build this business on a shoestring budget. And I've also had the opportunity to coach and mentor and help others to do the same thing. And I've seen it time and time again. So I just want you to quite literally remember where there is a will, there's a way. And if you can put together just even $100 a month for marketing, maybe $200 a month for marketing, that is more than enough to get you going and to get results. And really, honestly, I've seen people do it with a lot less. So my friend, one of the big things is you have to have that burning desire and believe that it is possible, okay? Thing number 3, deadly mistake number 3, is believing that you have to do this full time in order to succeed. Now, my friend, that is absolutely not true. What you simply need, I started this business part-time, working 2 to 3 hours in the evening after my 8 to 5, 8 to 6 job. I've had the opportunity to coach and work with dozens and dozens of individuals who are doing this business very part-time. So if you can put together 10 or 15 hours a week, somewhere in that ballpark, and do this in your spare time, that is more than enough to get some traction, to get some real results. Now, occasionally I'll talk with people that are like, hey, Steven, I have about 20 or 30 minutes every other day. Now, that, my friend, might not be enough time to put this together. But if you are able to dedicate and block off, an hour or 2, maybe 3 hours every day, every other day, and total up for yourself about 10 or 15 hours of focused, dedicated effort for this business, that is more than enough time that you need to get some results in this business. Now, to give you an example of that, what I want to do for you, my friend, is I actually got a text over the weekend with one of my customers who is out in Sacramento, California. And he has been working with me for just a couple of months, and he owns a barbershop. He owns the business, and he works about 50 plus hours a week at his barbershop business, and he's been starting real estate investing on the side, and he just closed out. As you can see the date on the check, this was over a holiday weekend here. He just closed out his very first $17,500 deal. So I just want to dispel this myth, my friend, that quite simply you can't do this part-time because the truth is that you can. All right, so deadly mistake number 4 is thinking that there's too much competition in the marketplace and having that thought of like, why in the world would anyone pay attention to little old me? I'm just getting started in this business, Steven. I don't have a big budget. Like I see all these signs and advertisements and these, big investors in my market. Like, why would anyone pay attention to me? And my friend, trust me, I get this. I get it. I felt these same feelings and thoughts when I was first getting started in this business. And even, as I was getting my legs in this business, as I was getting my feet wet and getting moving. The simple thing that I want you to remember is that you just gotta get moving and you have to get over this fear and simply do it anyways. Because the truth is, if someone is driving by in your area and they come across a competitor's sign and your sign, part of the time they're going to call their sign and part of the time they're going to call your sign. The same thing if you send a letter out to a certain motivated seller that has a significant pain point and you're approaching the seller and so is a competitor. Part of the time, what the competitor says is going to resonate with them, and part of the time, what you say is going to resonate with them. So the big key there is simply putting yourself out there and being willing to fail, being willing to look silly. See, none of us, the truth of the matter is none of us like to fail. None of us like to look silly. But what allows the competitor of yours to dominate is this fear keeps so many people stuck. All of the what ifs, all of the bad things that could happen, the competitor of yours is willing to just do it anyways. They're willing to look stupid. They're willing to fail. And because of that, they're in the marketplace and they're advertising. See, the truth is, if no one in your area knows that you and your partners buy houses, no one is going to raise their hand and ask you to make an offer on their house. Now, I don't want you to get too far ahead of yourself, because what we're going to do is we're going to go about this in a much different way. And we're going to go about it in a way that is not cheesy or not salesy. And it's going to be the opposite of what everyone else is doing. So my friend, it is not overly difficult to stand out from your competitors. So I simply want you to just hang with me and keep moving here, but I want you to just simply recognize these beliefs. Now, I know, and I'm well aware that on a short training like this video, I'm not going to get you to believe 10 different things than you're already believing. But I simply want to plant a seed in your mind, and I want to give that room to grow and germinate. I want to help you to understand that these are myths, that these things are not true. And if you'll stick with me, okay, you're going to see this play out, and it's going to help you avoid a lot of mistakes and a lot of failure. And that's my goal and intention here for you. All right, so mistake number 5, deadly mistake number 5. We're almost halfway there, guys. Believing that you have to be a sleazy salesman or an overly aggressive person to be able to succeed in real estate, to be able to wholesale houses and get deals under contract and make money. Now, for me personally, I'm a people person, and I, really like to help people. And, I can tend to be an introvert. Even with that, I can be an introvert. So the thought of going out there and being overly salesy and aggressive just goes against everything I believe in and goes against who I am. So this was a big one for me. And if you're quiet, if you're more of an introvert, this may be a big one for you, right? This may be something that really holds you back. And I just want to let you know simply that you can be exactly who you are and still be successful. I don't care if you're 18 years old or 65 years old. And in fact, I've worked with people that fit those exact criteria. It doesn't matter if English is your second language. It doesn't matter if you talk slow or fast or have a certain accent or a certain ethnic background. I want you to know, my friend, that this is absolutely possible for you. The thing that we have to develop is just some new insight, some new awareness, and just a couple of easily learned skills. Okay? So with these new skills, and once you learn how this business really works, which I'm going to be teaching you, you are going to realize that, oh my goodness, the key thing is being able to help people and provide them value and provide them a solution. And we can thankfully do that in a very respectful and assertive but kind way. And that's really, really refreshing, and I'm super thankful for that. All right, so number 6 is simply misunderstanding what it means to wholesale houses and how it can be done. Now, what I mean by this is a common mistake that is that kind of gives wholesaling a bad name is, number 1, there are a lot of people out there who are teaching it wrong, who are like, oh, just go make an offer to anyone and everyone and just get 1 million houses under contract, and who cares if they close, and you're probably going to end up hustling houses in the ghetto, and you'll be lucky to make $1,000 or $5,000 if you're lucky, right? And I just want you to know that that is not true. You don't have to be aggressive. You don't have to hustle houses in the ghetto or, get houses on the MLS that everyone knows about. And you don't have to settle for assignment fees of $1,000 to $5,000. In fact, my customers, my students, and myself, I average $12,500 per deal that I do. As you saw earlier in this video, the screenshot of one of my students who just closed out his very first $17,500 deal, that is the norm. And again, it's all about doing this business differently. And while everyone else is zigging, we're zagging. We're not running in the same direction as everyone else. And we're focused on learning new skill sets that are going to help us become a bigger and more powerful and more skilled real estate investor. These are the same skills that are going to serve you in all areas of your life. And that's what makes this business a lot of fun. All right, so mistake number 7. This one, my friend, is a big one. This is a big one that you may or may not realize how powerful it really is. So I want you to pull out your highlighter, your pen, and really star this. And I'm going to share with you just 2 quotes that I think are going to resonate with you. I'll warn you in advance that I might butcher the quotes, but I think you'll get the point. And so mistake number 7 is simply unintentionally falling prey to distraction, interruption, and overwhelm. Simply too much information. See, it's my belief that the information age is coming to an end. Like, we are, at the time of this recording, we live in an era where we just are saturated and inundated by information. And the question is not how do we do something, but it's who do we believe, right? Because there's a million different ways we can go about real estate investing. There's a million different ways you can wholesale houses. But how do you go about it the right way? Who do you believe? And how do you put on your blinders? So if you're feeling overwhelmed, if you don't know what to do next, if you are just confused, my friend, trust me, I know I've been there. And it's my belief that you're going to find this very refreshing. The previous training that you went through or the next training that you're about to go through, I touch on this big time because it's very important. So a mentor of mine who teaches business owners and entrepreneurs how to build businesses, he's one of the most successful business trainers in the world. And I believe last year he did somewhere in the realm of $29 million in sales. This guy is revolutionary, and he has a thing that I've always remembered that he said. And he said, one of our chief competitors that's going to basically steal your results is your ability to eliminate interruptions in your day-to-day life and distractions from exactly what you're trying to accomplish. Okay? The second quote is by another entrepreneur who teaches people marketing, and he is known as one of the most connected marketers of all time. And he has a quote, and I have it above me, and I'll just read it to you. He says, "Those who will succeed greatly in this information age are those who bring the simplicity to the complex." So guys, I want to share with you that it is absolutely critical that you eliminate distractions and interruptions and that you get laser focused. Now, one way to do this is for you to find the 1 or 2 people that you resonate with something you're trying to learn, and literally get rid of the rest. Because I know for me, a big thing when I was trying to learn this real estate stuff is I was listening to too many people. I was constantly going on YouTube, buying courses, listening to podcasts, reading books, and I would find a strategy that resonated with me, and I would run with it for a couple of weeks and try it out and try my very best. And when I didn't get results or they didn't come fast enough, usually after about 2 or 3 weeks or a month, I would flip-flop to a different strategy and begin listening to someone over here that also made a heck of a lot of sense to me. So guys, I just want you to be aware that this is a huge thing that is going to keep you stuck for a long time, and it's going to waste your money, it's going to waste your time. So I just want you to make a decision right now. Find the 1 or 2 people that you really resonate with and follow exactly what they're teaching until you get results. Okay, there's no reason to add other things to the mix until you're getting results. And when you're listening to that one person or those 2 people, find 1 or 2 strategies that you're going to implement until you get results, no matter what it takes. Because if you keep flip-flopping from strategy to strategy, you're going to fail. Ask me how I know these things. Because it happened to me, guys, and I want to save you from that pain. All right, so thing number 8, mistake number 8 is spending money on feel-good seminars and small little fluffy courses and not having a mentor to guide you through things step by step in your real estate business. Now, something that's also correlated with this is allowing a bad experience from either another course or another investment you made into your business to taint your future and allowing you to keep reliving that over and over and keep you from pursuing your dreams. So if you've ever been burnt by another course or investment or mentoring, maybe you went to a seminar and paid thousands of dollars, or you signed up for a mentoring program and you didn't get the support that you thought you would get, or you've bought all these guides and programs about how to get your real estate and business off of the ground, and then you realize it's some outdated course that doesn't work anymore. I just want to speak right to your heart and let you know, first of all, that I've been there. I have spent thousands and thousands of dollars on those very same things, and I've been burnt time and time again. But I want you, because I talk to people all the time, believe it or not, that have invested $10,000, $15,000, up to $35,000 for these fancy systems and these big fancy national programs, and they still don't have the support. They have every piece of software in the book, all the binders and notebooks and formulas and scripts and sheets and paperwork to last them for the rest of their life, but they don't have that one-on-one personal support. When I invested thousands of dollars with one of my very best friends to learn this business, and we went after one of these big programs, and every time I had a question in my business, I had to dial into a 1-800 number, and I talked to somebody that was reading out of a manual that I knew was not investing in real estate, that I knew wasn't in the trenches. And because I was talking to someone different every time, I knew they weren't invested in my success, and it was very hard to build a relationship with. So I just want to let you know that you're not going to learn what you need to learn from a seminar or a small course. Those $37 or $97 courses that teach you just a little tiny piece of the puzzle, but they don't give you the whole picture. So I just want to tell you, and this may cause a little bit of discomfort, and I'm okay with that, because I would rather tell you what you need to hear than tell you what you want to hear. So I want to tell you, my friend, to stop the madness. See, the thing about these seminars, and I certainly don't want to speak badly about these, seminars and gurus, because there's a lot of really good training out there. But what I find more often than not is, they give a really good fluffy feeling. You get motivated while you're there. You get motivated maybe a couple days after you get home from these seminars, but then it stops from there, and then you kind of, revert back to your old ways, and you're really not better off than you were before. Maybe you're a little bit motivated for a couple days or a week, but then it typically fades. And I know, because I went through this. So I want to tell you guys that this is a hamster wheel, and you're not going to learn what you need to learn from these things. All right, so that brings us to deadly mistake number 9. So deadly mistake number 9 is just trying out this real estate thing. Just trying it out and dipping your toes in the water. This is a big one. Okay, this is a big one because it is our natural tendency to, when we're beginning something new, to just kind of test it out, because we have that fear of being burned. We have that fear of looking stupid or silly. We have that fear of not knowing what we're talking about, and again, looking foolish. And what will our family say? What will our friends say if we put ourselves out there and we fail? But the truth is, my friend, if you simply dip your toes in the water, if you just test this out and you're not fully committed, it is going to prolong, it is going to delay the amount of time it takes for you to succeed. Now, I could have another hour training on this topic alone, but I just simply want you to know that you will have a much better chance at success. You will have so much more speed to your journey if you simply just go at it with everything in your heart. Be willing to fail, be willing to fall forward and make this thing happen, and just take on that identity of like, you know what? I'm going to do this real estate thing once and for all. I am going to become a real estate investor. This is who I am. This is what I do. and I'm going to help a lot of people in the process. Okay? So this brings us to deadly mistake number 10, and that is allowing the lack of money to stop you in this business. My friend, this is another biggie that over the years, I've talked to so many people that have, kind of said, Steven, man, I just don't have the funds to do this, or here's my situation, here's my trial, here's my circumstance. And my friend, I've also, on the opposite end of the coin, seen people from all over the country with the most painful circumstances, with the craziest schedules, with all the odds stacked against them, succeed amongst all odds, right? In spite of all these negative things. So it really comes down to a matter of belief. My friend, whether you have $100 to your name, whether you have $30,000 to invest in this, or whether you have absolutely no money, I want you to understand that it's a matter of belief. I want you to believe that it's possible, because it is. There's a quote that I don't even know who said this, but I love it. It's do what you can from where you are with what you've got. And my friend, where there is a will, there is a way. Like we talked about earlier in this training, you don't need a huge marketing budget. The end investors are going to be the ones who are buying these houses that we partner with. So literally, you can do this business on like $100 a month, and I've seen people do it for less. So stop doubting, my friend. Start believing, and let's make this thing happen. So there are two other very common myths that I also want to just obliterate right now for you, and that is that you need a real estate license. To do this, you do not need a realtor license. You don't need to get a license in real estate to be able to wholesale houses. And you also do not need previous experience. You don't need to know what all the things of the house, you don't need to know that realtor language and what repairs cost and all of these other things that you might think you need to know, or maybe you think you need a sales background or a phone background or any other type of background. You absolutely can learn this business. You can learn some very simple skills and go out there and make this happen. So the one thing that you do need in this business is you need a willing, humble, seeking heart and a fierce desire for change in your life. The type of change where you would rather die than fail, no matter how long, no matter how painful, how many hurdles, all the forces of hell will not stop you. That is the only thing you need to be successful in this business. And that, my friend, is the absolute truth. I want to end this training by sharing 5 more fundamental truths that I believe will really, really help you on this journey. And again, I realize in this training, it's a very tall task to help you to believe 10 things that you might be experiencing are not true, and to impart this wisdom of these 5 truths. But my goal here is to plant the seed and to get you to think. And as you go in your journey, you'll start to realize that some of these things that I'm saying, that all of these things that I'm saying are true. But I realize that it's a big task to get you to immediately change the normal way of thinking, right? So fundamental truth number 1 is that you must do things differently than how everyone else is doing them in order to get results. Everyone else is going to seminars and listening to podcasts and going on the real estate forums and sending out postcards to absentee owners. They're simply not doing enough marketing. They're not doing enough volume. And they're simply sending out the same postcards as everyone else. And they're wondering why they're not getting results. I want you to think about Warren Buffett, one of the richest people in the world, one of the richest people in the United States. When everyone else is selling their stocks, he's buying, right? He's doing the opposite of what most people are doing. When everyone is freaking out, when the market was going crazy a few years ago, he was buying while everyone else was selling, okay? There's a lot of power in learning the way things work and seeing everyone go this direction and then you strategically going this direction, okay? okay? And that alone is going to help you to stand out from your competitors, okay? Fundamental truth number 2 is you have to have a sincere interest in helping people with their biggest problems and with their pain points. And we get to do that via real estate. See, the motivated sellers that you're going to be strategically marketing to, they're going through a very stressful and painful time in their life. And the cool part about us not being aggressive, we're simply saying, hey, here's a really cool solution and here's how we could help you. Here's how it would benefit you. It's cool if you do this solution and it's cool if you don't, but I just thought I'd reach out to you kind of like a shot in the dark here. Let me know one way or the other. So it's a very non-aggressive approach, and we actually are really, really helping the motivated sellers with their property, and then we're serving those deals and those contracts up to landlords and rehabbers and our end cash buyers. So we're helping them get deals, and we're helping, they're able to pay for their crews and, make money in their business. So we're serving a lot of different, ways in the market. And also houses are being renovated and flipped and rented out, and neighborhood, values are increasing. So we're doing a lot of good for the market. So if you have an interest in just making a quick buck and burning people and not really helping them, then this isn't for you. And I'd ask you to leave the training, because that is not the type of person that I want to help. But you have to realize that in order for you to get results, in order for you to make money, we have to put other people's needs ahead of our own, and we have to help other people and provide them value. A quote that I love, that I absolutely love, and I'd recommend you adopt this philosophy in business. And it's simply that we get paid in direct proportion to the value that we provide the marketplace. And if you're not getting paid right now in your real estate business, then you're probably not providing your market and the sellers in your market, you're probably not providing them any value. And in fact, they probably don't even know you exist. So what I want to do, my friend, is help you to provide them value, to help them first, and for you to let other people in your market know that you exist, okay? And that's when this becomes a lot of fun. All right, so fundamental truth number 3 is simply this. You gotta be a perpetual student of life. You have to be hungry and seeking, willing to implement, okay? Willing to take information, to fail, to dust yourself off, to keep going. You learn so much more when you're on the offensive and you're proactive and you're taking action and failing, right? Than you do from safely sitting behind your computer. So if you're sick and tired of being sick and tired, if you're sick and tired of not getting results, there's a chance that you are sitting behind your computer, that you are going to these feel-good seminars. And my friend, I know this is a little abrupt. I know it's a little painful, but like I said from the beginning, I want to be that person that tells you like it is and maybe tells you some uncomfortable truths, but I want to actually help you, share with you what it's going to take for you to finally get those results, because you can do it, my friend. If you're watching this training, you have what it takes to do it. So this will allow you to become a bigger person. You have to grow. Someone who's going somewhere, who's acquiring new skills. And the truth is, you're not just becoming a successful real estate investor. You're going to learn in the process the art of networking and marketing and connecting with people and listening to people and branding and negotiating and time management and productivity. So these same skills that are required of you to be successful in real estate are also going to have a spillover effect in other areas of your life, allowing you to become a better spouse, a better parent, a better person in all areas of your life. And that is really, really refreshing. All right, so fundamental truth number 4 is, despite what others will tell you, you need to be willing to sacrifice, to go through a temporary period of pain, to acquire these new skills that I was just talking about. It's going to require you to step out over the ledge. It's going to require you to get a little uncomfortable, to learn some new things in order for you to grow and to become that bigger person. So in order to do that, it is imperative, and I would just, I would recommend to you to pay your dues now, to make a decision to go through that temporary pain. And soon, you'll be living the life that you could only dream of before. The freedom, the things you're able to do. The mistake that I see people make is believing that someone else, like myself or like these other trainers or people that you see online, are somehow different or special than you are. My friend, that is not true. Okay, I was once in the same position that you're in right now, trying to learn this business. And my friend, if I can do it, if all of the people that I've helped can do it, you can do it, my friend. So don't make the mistake of believing that your situation is so unique or special or different. But Steve, if you only knew what I went through. Like I said, I've been in the position to speak with hundreds and thousands of people, and you wouldn't believe the odds that were stacked against some of these individuals who have succeeded. So my friend, it just comes down to believing that it is possible for you personally. I want you from the bottom of my heart to believe that you can do this and it's possible for you personally. All right, so the last and final fundamental truth is simply that you cannot do this on your own. You do need a mentor and a coach. Almost every single successful person and investor I've seen in this business has had some type of a one-on-one mentor or coach that has helped them through all of the weeds, through all of the hurdles and the questions. Because the truth is, there are 1,000 different situations and hurdles and things that can come up that you will need to work through. And when you don't have the answers, that causes you to second guess and for that fear to come through. But when you have someone there to answer your questions and to tell you what the leads that you're generating, if they're good leads or bad leads, and what they're worth, and what you should offer on a house, and how much repairs that it needs, and to help walk you through how to fill out a contract, and how to get buyers for your deals, and how to speak with the title company, and how to negotiate with attorneys, and how to really do this business, the doors open up and this thing gets a lot easier. So my friend, don't make the mistake of going at this business alone. Find someone that really, really resonates with you and figure out a way to partner up with them and have that person that can walk you through this business step by step and help you to get your first deals done. Now, again, I made the mistake of paying thousands and thousands of dollars for a big program where I was outsourced to a call center. And there are a lot of those programs out there. There's also some very, very good programs. So I want you to find something that resonates with you. So my friend, I simply want to tell you that it will save you so much time. It will save you from spinning your wheels if you go out there and find a mentor and a coach that you can work with one-on-one. See, I recently had a student come work with me, and she called me up. We talked on the phone, and she was sharing with me how she just went to this big seminar, from a book that she read, and at the end of the seminar, she invested over $30,000, and she was given the most amazing CRMs and softwares and programs and binders and all of this material that she could, everything she would ever need to run her business. But when she had a question, she was again dialing into a 1-800 number, and this, mind you, is after spending $30,000, which that's like college tuition type of an investment, right? And she still did not have that one-on-one support. And my friend, the sad truth is I talk to people every day and every week who have invested five figures into their real estate investing education, and they still do not have true one-on-one support. So my friend, to end this video training for you, I want you, if what I've said here today resonates with you on any level, I simply want you to click the link below and apply for a free one-on-one strategy session with me personally, and we can talk about the questions you have in your business, the biggest hurdles that you're going through, and really put together a game plan for you. So this is not going to be for everyone, and you must apply for this free strategy session, as it is a big cost of my time, right? It's for me to set time aside to speak with you, I want to make sure you are absolutely dedicated and serious about your success. So if that is you, if you would like some more help, some personal help to really get this real estate thing moving for yourself, I would absolutely love the opportunity to speak with you and to help you in your business. So definitely go ahead and click that link below, and I'll be in touch very shortly and tell you exactly how we can get on the phone with one another. And regardless of the fact, I hope you got a lot of value out of this training, and I will see you soon. Thank you so much.